Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another 24-hour readathon because I had a lot of fun with my one from last month in January, but I did not do well. So I think I've set myself up a lot better for this round time. I don't know. But I made a little spread in my bullet journal for the readathon. And it was supposed to start 3 minutes ago, but it's fine. I'm just gonna do the intro. So it's gonna go from 12 p.m. today, February 18th, until 12 p.m. tomorrow, the 19th. And I will be sleeping because I can't function without that. But I've got 6 books on my TBR that I wanna finish, and I've set rewards for myself when I finish. So I think when I'm halfway done, I'm gonna give myself one reward, and then once I'm completely done, I can get the other rewards, which are a slice of cake. We still have birthday cake left from it wasn't last week, it was Sunday, so I'm gonna eat that. And then my next rewards are very generous. 2 trashy romances. I've already picked out one, and it's from that series by L. Kennedy that I read in January that I was like, it's ass, but here I am, and I'm gonna read another one of the books in the series. But anyways, so 2 of them. So I've already picked out one, and then I might just count like a Wattpad fanfiction as another one because I'm trash for those. And then 1 season of Outlander. And I know that seems like a lot, but Outlander has been monopolizing a lot of my time, so I'm trying to restrict it. So with that being said, oh shit, one of the books is over there, let me grab it. So I've got 6 books on my TBR, and I'm gonna run through them with you guys. They're in no particular order, really, but I just want to finish them. And some of them have been started already. So, well, some of them are almost done too. But, yeah, we're going to go through all of the books. The first is A Court of Silver Flames. I started reading this on Monday. And I actually have the ebook too. So I'm on page 734. So I literally have the tiniest bit. I think I probably have another 50 pages and I'm done. I will give my rating, but I will not really talk about my opinions on the book until I'm thinking my February wrap up, because I think at that point it will have been out for a little bit longer and people will have been able to sit with it for a little bit longer, and maybe we might have some similar opinions. But I want to finish this, and I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. Another book I don't think is going to be a problem to finish is Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I am on page 216. I've only got like 140 pages left to go, so again, not going to be a problem to finish. I think I'm actually going to start off with these 2, and then the rest of the books I have not started at all. So the first is The Deep by Rivers Solomon. This is literally a 2-hour long audiobook. I am finishing this book today, or during the 24-hour period, and I already picked it up on Scribd, so I think I'm like somewhere in chapter 1. I haven't gotten far, but I'm going to finish this for sure. And then another really short audiobook, a 2-hour long audiobook, is Punching the Air by Evie Zaboya and Yusuf Salaam, Dr. Yusuf Salaam. This is written in verse or prose. I don't know the difference. I'm not smart enough to know the difference, but I know it's not written like a typical book. So I was gonna read it physically, but I've noticed, especially like with Clap When You Land, I don't know if because that was about a heavier topic that I just was dreading picking up, but I've noticed that with verse it almost takes me longer to read it than shorter, so I think I'm gonna try listening to it and see if that helps. Again, a 2-hour long audiobook. I'm sure I can finish it in this time. And then My next two, these are kind of like lower on the tiers. Call Me By Your Name by Andre Aciman. Depending on how quickly I finish A Court of Silver Flames and Get a Life, Chloe Brown, I will either try and physically read this or I will listen to it audibly. This is only a 3.5 hour long audiobook, so they're all doable. Like I've got about 7.5, 8 hours of audiobooks that I can listen to. And I do have like 24 hours, so that's working. And then finally, Paper Girls Volume 1. I figured it would be nice to have a comic graphic novel to break, this is a comic, I would classify it as a comic, to break up the monotony of a novel. So yeah, that is the TBR. So I think I'm actually gonna start with Get a Life, Chloe Brown, because I want to hold off on reading A Court of Silver Flames just for a little bit. And by what I said in the beginning, I don't want it to seem like I hate the book and I don't like it. I think Nesta is probably one of my, not favorite characters, but I just identify with her a lot. I find that I can relate to Nesta. But this isn't my favorite writing of Sarah J. Maas's. So, yeah. I know that this series took kind of like a shifting between YA and then bridging into new adult. If you guys didn't know, that is why they rebranded and like remarketed the covers, was so that they could put it out as new adult. If you haven't read the book, it's new adult for a reason, my god. And yeah, so I don't want you to think I don't like it or it's not a good story. It's just really different from what I was expecting. And that's all I'll give right now, because I still, like I said, have like 50 to 80 pages left, and something can happen. Well, I may have peaked at the end, so I already kind of know what happens. I suck at this. I swear I always peak at the end of books if I know there's gonna be something tragic. I don't know. But how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments if you're having a good day. I always love to see and hear that you guys are having a good one. I think I'm going to, honestly, I think I'm gonna start with Get a Life, Chloe Brown, because I was reading it this morning during brekkie, and I kind of want to get like to page 300 before I stop. And then I think I'm gonna turn on my audiobook because I have a nice little basket of laundry that I've been putting off folding. So I think I'm going to put on my audiobook and fold laundry while I do that. And then I also need to fill out some paperwork online. So I figured I could do laundry and listen to the deep, and then I'll also do that paperwork and listen to the deep. And maybe at that point, honestly, I could be done. So we'll see. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try and get to page 300. Maybe I'll finish it depending on where I'm at that point. But yeah, I'm really liking this. We're gonna get on the bed and get comfy, but I'm really liking Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I also feel like people didn't address just how steamy this book was, because I feel like it's a lot more sexual than I thought it was gonna be. And I'm not necessarily complaining, because it's kind of a good time. I really like our characters. I really like Chloe. I love Talia Hibbert's writing style, so I'm having a good time with that. But yeah, I think I've chatted long enough. Finally comfy and cozy, and 12:14 and we're officially starting. I loved this book. Oh my gosh. What time is it? It's 2:20 exactly. I just finished Get a Life, Chloe Brown. In case you were wondering, 5 out of 5 stars, no questions asked about it. I'm just so happy. My heart is just so good. Also, sorry if the camera's shaky, you guys are on my bed, but oh my gosh, I have always wanted a sister, and I know that siblings fight, but like the dynamic that the Brown sisters have is just so sweet and like wholesome, and it makes me wish I had a sister. But Chloe and Red are hot and steamy and so cute, and this is my petition for people in the States to start using terms of endearment like love and darling, because I feel like it's much more common in the UK, and every time either one of them said it, usually Red, yay, I'm so happy. First book of the readathon finished. That took way longer than anticipated though. I was reading for literally 2 hours for 150 pages, which I guess it's not that bad, but I don't know. I just thought it would have taken me a lot less time, and it didn't. So we're gonna put on The Deep by Rivers Solomon, and I'm gonna listen to that while I do that, and then I need to figure out something for lunch, because I'm probably gonna be getting hungry in a little bit. Well, I'm kind of hungry now. And
Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Deep by Rivers Solomon with David Biggs, William Hudson, and Jonathan Snipes.
I'm pretty excited. So, yeah, I'm gonna take care of that. I'm gonna turn you guys off, and I'll be back in just a sec. Okay guys, so it is 3:46 now, and I made lunch. I ended up having like breakfast waffles and a smoothie. So yeah, I made lunch, and then I also filled out my paperwork that I had to, and responded to some emails, and then I folded my laundry. I need to put it away and then also fold the like sheets and stuff. But I've started on The Deep by Rivers Solomon, and I believe that this is chapter 4. An hour and a half into the audiobook, but I've been listening to it on 2x speed, so like 45 minutes. And I'm nearing the halfway point. Another like 15 minutes and I'll be halfway done with the audiobook. So I think I'm gonna put the clothes away and maybe journal some or curl my hair, or I don't know, I'll find something to do just so that I can listen. And then at that point I'll be, like I said, halfway done with it. And I don't think I even mentioned what this book is about, but the cover is beautiful. And I've been listening, so I know it is a little bit confusing, so I have been picking up and following along every so often, but from what I'm gathering, we are following the story of the Wajinru, which essentially are like an evolved form of mer people. That's the best way I can describe it. They are described as like strange fish in the like origin part of how they are being described. And our main character that we're following's name is Yetu, and they over time would have forgotten about their origin story, so they partake in like a remembering ceremony, and it is pretty intense, this remembering ceremony. But their origin is basically that they are the descendants of pregnant African slaves that were thrown overboard. The babies of these pregnant women developed somehow. I haven't found out, but and they like evolved into a form of like aquatic fish type mermaid. So it's really fascinating and interesting to listen to, and also like the development of a new species. So yes, I'm having fun. It's really beautiful right now. and I'm liking it. Like I said, this is beautiful, and the narrator is really, really good too. So once I get to halfway done, I am going to finish A Court of Silver Flames. Like I said, I only have like 50 pages left, so I'm just going to sit down and finish this so that I can continue on with another audiobook, or I'll pick up Paper Girls, or I think I'm gonna try and start physically reading Call Me By Your Name, and then if I'm not vibing with it, I could just pick it up audibly. So that's the game plan. Like I said, I've got 15 minutes. I'm getting a little bit tired because of lunch, so we'll see. And I think I'm also gonna try and fold some of these clothes in this basket. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know where I was with the Deep and kind of give you a quick synopsis. I'm not going to give a synopsis for A Court of Silver Flames. If you don't know what it is, Google it. Yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Okay guys, so I'm checking in. It's 8:23. I just finished, oh, I left my books over here. So I just finished the audiobook for The Deep, and I finished A Court of Silver Flames a couple hours ago. So I'll quickly talk about my thoughts on them. So for The Deep by Rivers Solomon, I think the audiobook narrator was exceptional. I will say that I don't know if the story is told, I don't believe it is told linearly, so it is a little confusing to listen to. But despite that, I really liked it. I do suggest listening to the afterword if you are having trouble grasping what they're talking about. And River Solomon really sums up the book greatly in the afterword. I'm not gonna spoil it. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I had a good time. I think I do need to read it again though in order to have a better grasp. So I like that, and I'm really happy I finally got around to reading this book again. Super beautiful. And then this chunker, A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Hi, it's me. I'm editing this video. I've had about a week to sit on my opinion, and I've consolidated it. This book, to me, I don't speak for everybody, feels like a fan fiction writer wrote for Sarah J. Maas. I'm a big Sarah J. Maas fan. I love the beginning part of the Actor series. I waited 2.5 years for this book. So I had some high expectations. I love Nesta. I love Cassian. I think Nesta is probably the character I relate most to, personality-wise. I still have issues with the book in general. I figured with the rebranding and remarketing of a new adult series, this was giving Sarah J. Maas an opportunity to diversify a little bit. That didn't happen. I haven't read Crescent City, so I don't know if that happens in that series, but I will keep you guys updated. But I just saw a missed opportunity. She really could have taken it somewhere, and she didn't. At this point, I don't expect much for that department. But yeah, the story just kind of felt like a fever dream, and by the time I was done with it, I just felt like it was missing something. I also feel like Sarah was trying to do a lot, but also keep her readers happy, and I will talk about this more in my February TBR, or my February wrap-up, but I think that this is a perfect example of what happens when there is such a strong fan base for something, and the author not becomes dependent, but is really trying to please the audience, because I felt like some of the things that happened in this book were unrealistic and kind of weird. So that is that on that. If you have differing opinions, that's fine. You're entitled to that. I will be reading the next book, though. It doesn't mean I'm any less. She could probably recite her bedtime routine, and I would pick it up and read it. Would I be the happiest? Probably not, but I would still read it. yeah, I finished 3 books already, so we're halfway done. I did have my celebratory piece of cake already. Good for me. The only other 2 books that I'm like really diehard needing to finish is Paper Girls and Punching the Air. If I could finish both of these, I'll be great. I'm already starting the audiobook for Punching the Air. And it's like told in verse, so the chapters are very short. And then I'm going to actually pick up and physically read Call Me By Your Name by Andre Aciman. I'm not going to listen to it on audio because I feel like with my experience with the Deep, I kind of just want to read this physically. I have a general understanding of what this book is about, so I think I'll be okay. And also, this is not part of the readathon because I don't want to finish it in a night, but I am also reading Hood Feminism by Mickey Kendall, I believe is the author's name. I'm loving it, but I'm taking it really, really slow. I'm reading like 10 pages a night. I really want to absorb what I'm getting into, and it is like some groundbreaking shit. So yeah, I'm gonna fill out my bullet journal right now and listen to a little bit of Punching the Air by E.B.'s Boy and Yusuf Salaam. It is also thunderstorming horribly. I think we've come to a little bit of a lull in the rain, which is nice. I need to walk the dog, so I'm not looking forward to that in the pouring rain. I can't find my pencil. But yeah, this update has been a little bit too long. So I'm gonna go take care of this, and I'll check back in with you hoes later. Good morning, guys. It is 11. I slept in until 9, so I only had 3 hours left of the readathon, and for the past like hour and 15 minutes, maybe if that, I've just been reading Punching the Air by E.B.'s Boy and Dr. Yusuf Salaam. So I am on page 216. I only have like this much more to go, and we still have an hour left, so I know I'm gonna finish it for a fact. And I didn't read any of Call Me By Your Name yesterday, and I also did not end up picking up Paper Girls, and I know that this is gonna take me at least an hour to read, so I would have had to start now. But I'm just going to save this for later today when I get back. I'm still like kind of on the fence debating if I'm going to go to the used bookstore today, because it has been raining this week so heavy on the coast, and I thought it was supposed to finally kind of settle and clear up today, but I woke up and it's pouring again. So I think it's supposed to calm down like within the next hour. So yeah, I'm gonna go finish this now. Hi guys, so it is basically 12 o'clock, and I figured I would do my last like reading check-in. A little crazy. I'm still doing my makeup, trying to finish getting ready, so I figured I would kind of zoom you guys in a little bit and finish doing my makeup while I talk to you guys about my feelings on what I've read so far. I still need to finish filling out my bullet journal spread to even see what I ended up reading, like the number of pages and everything because I could not tell you if my life depended on it. And so I do think I'm also gonna go to the bookstore. So I will bring you guys along, but it won't be like a vlog. It'll probably just be like montage clips after this. I did end up finishing Punching the Air by Evie Zaboy. I finished it probably about 30 minutes ago. And I figured I would talk through my feelings because holy shit does this book incite anger. So I figured I would just kind of talk through with you guys my thoughts and opinions on the book. I think I'm gonna give it 5 stars. I absolutely loved the story. I do believe that it is heavily based off of Dr. Yusuf Salam's own experiences with being wrongly convicted and subjected to the prison system at a young age. And we are following, in Punching the Air by Evie Zaboy, we are following Amal. And Amal's 16 years old. He is living, I don't think they actually address where he's living, but he is living in this town, and there is obviously a racial divide within the town, and it goes as far as like territory, however you want to put it, between these high school kids, especially the like white kids within the neighborhood. And so after there is like an incident, they don't really go into detail of the like actual happenings, which is not the point really of the story. It's more to focus and show on how not only can the judicial system fail young kids, especially young kids of color, but then how the prison system can like double fail them. And so we are just following Amal's story as he is wrongly tried and convicted of this crime, and his time of like starting into the prison system. And holy shit, I was mad. Like it's just, I think, such an accurate representation of how the prison system fails. The writing though was absolutely beautiful. Amal is a really, really intelligent and poetic writer and artist, and we are kind of following the good people that he meets in the prison system who genuinely want to help and better these kids, because they know not all of them are in there for a proper reason. Like, they're not in there because they're supposed to be in there. They're in there because of racial injustice, and it sucks. So yeah, I don't want to like spoil anything. I don't really think I spoiled anything. 5 out of 5 stars. So good, so powerful, very, very accurately depicting of what American prison systems are like, unfortunately. It's kind of shitty. So yeah, if you guys are looking for any good books written in verse, I still don't know. I believe it's in verse. I highly, highly, highly recommend Punching the Air by Evie Zaboy and Yusuf Salam. So good. I sped through it. Not sped through it, but I just couldn't put it down after I started reading. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I don't know why this light is washing me out so much. I think it's because it is so mucky out. Hold on. Okay, so this is what I actually look like. This is so much better. So yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I loved it. Oh, wrapping up the other books too, even though I've already talked about them. As far as the 4 books that I finished during this readathon, holy shit, I am really proud of myself. I think that this was a lot more successful than my first go around of my 24-hour readathon experience, and I enjoyed this reading experience. I didn't have a problem with a single book. Well, I kind of did, but if we're gonna go over it, I did finish A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. This is the 4th book in the ACOTAR world. We all know my thoughts and opinions in this book. Not my favorite in the series. Not my favorite Sarah J. Maas by far. So, I haven't read Crescent City yet. I can't rank it in comparison to that, but I do not regret it. I don't think it's her best writing. That's the best way I can put it. Still had a great time. The Deep by Rivers Solomon. What was this book in the best way? I think reading the afterword really helped me kind of just digest this book a little bit better and understand what was going on, because to fit so many moving elements and aspects into a 160-page book, it can get a little bit confusing at points, but I absolutely loved this book. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Oh, I gave Court of Silver Flames 4 out of 5 stars. I gave this book 3 out of 5 stars. I am going to reread it, I think either in March or April, just so I can get my actual, like, physically read it instead of listening to the audiobook. Even the audiobook was beautifully done and narrated amazingly. Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. So good. I loved this book. I am already looking to pick up Take a Hint, Danny Brown. That was actually one of the books that I was going to order online last night, and I was like, let me go check the used bookstore and see if I could find a copy of it there before I go out and try and spend some coin. But I love this. Actor Evie. No, it's Eve. Actor Eve. What? Am I speaking English? Act Your Age Eve Brown comes out in March. So I am determined to have finished Take a Hint, Danny Brown, so that I can get Act Your Age Eve Brown, because what we got of Eve in this book, I absolutely loved her. She was just really great. And then, like we just said, Punching the Air by E.B. Zavoy and Dr. Yusuf Salam. Impeccable, beautiful, so impactful, and packing a punch in such a short book in verse, mind you. Also, the artwork throughout the book was absolutely beautiful, and the story of Amal himself was really, really heartbreaking and unfortunate. But I think that there is something after this. Hopefully there's another book coming after this, because I would like to read it. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars as well. So we had nothing under 3 stars in this readathon. I'm really, really excited about that. Yeah, I didn't get to all the books I wanted to, but I'm still kind of proud of myself, because I had only read 3 books, and now we're at 7 for the month of February, which is about on track where I need to be every month. So yeah, I am gonna go to the bookstore now. I'm gonna sign off, because the rest of this video is just going to be some music and montage. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys enjoy these 24-hour readathons, because I will continue to do them. I think that they're really, really beneficial, and I get a lot of reading done out of them, and I have fun doing them. And it is like the perfect amount of a reading vlog for me. So yeah, let me know if you want to continue to see them down below. Perfect timing. My camera battery is flashing. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!